Initially it was probably an accident. My two elder siblings both played piano. And I think my parents were just tired of listening to piano scales all day. So they decided the youngest one will do something different, and they bought me a violin. It is, I think, probably one of the more intimate instruments to play. You are responsible for producing every single sound, while for a piano or a guitar it's very much you're slightly removed from the instrument. When I was 19 years old, me and my best friend did the whole backpacking tour of Europe. We traveled to a little town called Mittenwald in Germany. That is where the German violin industry is centered. The violin building school is there, and the whole main street in the town is full of violin builders. It's almost like a tourist attraction now. And there, for the first time, I actually saw how somebody is building a violin, and that sort of planted the seed. Initially it was a hobby, something I did in evenings and weekends, but gradually it became almost like a second career. I'm a trained engineer, mechanical engineer, but switched to finance, worked for a big South African bank for many years. But since 2022 I've been doing it full time. Mainly sheep gut, that is what they used in the old days to string violins with. Nowadays it's mainly synthetic with a metal winding, but I often, when I do restorations on old violins, I still find sheep gut strings on the inside of the case. Horsehair, yes, even up to today we use real horsehair to string the bow with. There's nothing synthetic that comes close to a real horsehair. There's a big debate about whether violin making is an art or a craft. I think it's probably a little bit of both. Craft, definitely. It is a very difficult thing to make. You know, there's nothing straight or square about a violin. It's a very fragile object, but it is subjected to immense force. So it is mechanically a very difficult instrument to construct, but there is a little bit of art in it as well. Often people try to copy a famous maker, but like your signature, it's very difficult to copy somebody else's style. So there is definitely a little bit of art to it. A lot of the dimensions are sort of standardized, but you do have some freedom around many of the dimensions to put your own stamp on it. So I'm currently building a viola, which will be given to the prize winner of last year's South African Strings Foundation. It's my first viola, so I'm quite excited about that. And after that I have an order to build another cello, which I'm also very excited about. I've sold violins in Australia, there's a violin of mine in Scandinavia, and most recently I sold a cello to a very talented youngster in South Africa that got a bursary to study the cello in Germany. And he's now there, and he's posting some wonderful videos on Facebook and YouTube of him playing my instrument. And that is the real reward, you know, to go to a concert hall and know that you've got some instruments on the stage, busy making the music.